This is the Mighty Oaks Daily Devotional. My name is Jeremy Stallnecker, and I want to encourage you with the truth that we find in the 90th Psalm. We're in Psalm 90 today, verses 1 and 2. And Psalm 90, verses 1 and 2 begins this way: Lord, thou hast been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hadst formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. These verses, for me, serve as a bit of an anchor in a very upside down and confusing world. As we live our lives, we can only live our lives in the context of the time that we have. We remember back a certain way, depending on how old we are. Maybe we don't remember all the way back, but we remember back, so we've got some context for the past. We can look to the future. We have a little bit of some ability to look to the future, to plan and to be ready for what may come. And we spend most of our time thinking about today. This is where I live right now. And yet we live in a world that is constantly shifting and constantly changing. Opinions shift and change, beliefs shift and change. People are different today than they were yesterday. The world is chaotic, seems out of control, and so often is not tied to anything concrete. And yet we look to God. And what we're reminded in this psalm is that God is eternal. He has always been our hiding place. The Bible says from generation to generation. Before there were mountains, before the earth was formed, before the worlds were formed, from everlasting to everlasting, he says, you are God. And the reason I love these verses and hang on to them is because it allows me to gain some perspective that's bigger than the moment I'm living in. We talk about unprecedented times. We live in unprecedented times. I don't know if we do or not. I would imagine every time has been unprecedented. People in every day and age has probably talked about how different things are and how much things change. There is comfort in knowing that as much as the world may be changing and trying to figure out who it is and where it's going, we have a God that's the same yesterday, today, and forever. From everlasting to everlasting. We can trust him, not just for this moment, but we can trust him for all time. Listen, things will continue to change. That's just part of life. But the one thing that doesn't change, the one person that doesn't change, is eternal God. Hang on to God. Understand he's got a history much longer than we can possibly remember or look back to. It's everlasting. He's already been into the future. That's everlasting. He's a God that we can trust, not just for today, but for all time. And in that we find peace, stability, comfort, strength, and refuge. A God that doesn't change. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow for another Mighty Oaks Daily Devotional. For more information about the Mighty Oaks Foundation and the work that we do for veterans, active duty service members, and first responders, please visit mightyoaksprograms.org.